Hello everyone, my name is BigHeroSixy, and today I am going to be showing you a little bit of the Delve content for the War Within Alpha. I was given the opportunity by Blizzard, along with a few other content creators and members of the press, to test an early build of the War Within. In this build, we had a couple dungeons as well as the Delve system for a little bit of testing. This is only one of the Delves out of I believe there's 3 total Delves to test right now. This one is called Kriegball's Rest. This video is going to be without sound. Most of the sound design and things like that is still being implemented. This is a very early version of the expansion. So you'll be, this will be at 1.5 times speed. You'll be listening to me talk about the Delve and like what you're looking forward to do, as well as what other developers have, said to me, as well as other content creators about the Delve system. So like I said, this is Kriegball's Rest. If you mouse over those abilities, I don't do this on the video, but it explains, there's a tier 2. What does tier 2 mean? So Delves are going to have tiers, and I was told that this may change, early alpha. Let's see what happens. Tiers will go up to 11. And you may ask, why 11? Because it always goes up to 11. That is something that we were told in our interviews. So right now it's a tier 2. From what I understand, that means everything gets a 25% buff to health and damage, similar to like M+ scaling. So there is a scaling system to this, as you can see, and I received player experience as well as expeditionary spoils. I cannot talk. There's usually gear along with resources and a few other things in there. And you also get a ton of items just by doing the Delve itself. So tiers go up to 11. And there's a few modifiers and things like that. You may think, oh God, negative affixes. I mean, they weren't anything too crazy, but I, along with as many of you, I'm sure, are wholly against bad affixes and making the game feel worse. So, as always, if you see something that you do not like, let me know and I will put that feedback forward. But these didn't feel too bad. Now, this Delve does have a gimmick of some sort. So you have a candle, and I actually run by this guy. Don't talk to him. You got to talk to him. So I actually found something that I need to report. So this candle, the way it works is every step you take, the smaller the circle gets, and you're kind of basically on a timer for that. I cannot proceed forward until I talk to this guy. So I actually waste a lot of movement here, and the candle is already getting smaller, and now I'm just kind of like panicking. It's like, oh no, I actually have less time to deal with this. So you may ask, how do I get more candle? Well, you get candle refills as you walk through the dungeon. That's kind of the gimmick of this dungeon. The darkness surrounding you actually deals damage to you. You need light to stay alive. And you can see I get my candle refilled here. There's kind of like a mini boss here. They're doing abilities. Bran is our follower in this dungeon. I did not mention that. He actually has a talent tree. Well, maybe not a talent tree, more like skills, and you can kind of pick what role he fulfills. He could be a healer, he can be DPS. I have him set as DPS right now. You see he's throwing traps on the ground. If I drag mobs into that traps, it deals a stacking bleed debuff. There are boss fights in this, so if you drag them through each of the traps over time, you can actually keep that bleed rolling as well as deal more damage, so it's kind of a good idea. I kind of eat some of the food there. The goal of this Delve is to pick up keepsakes inside those little chests. So I'm just like clearing stuff. I'm looking around. I don't really know where all the keepsakes are. I loot some things and then I mount up and keep going. So we're going to go down this hallway. I have the candle ticking down. I got to keep mindful of that. You'll see some ore right there. So something interesting is that Bran will fish, he will mine, he will do all these different professions, and you'll get supplies for professions from him doing stuff for you. I don't know if there's a limit on how many professions that he'll do, like if he doesn't do herbalism or things like that, but that is something that he'll do. So you actually do get ore and other profession reagents from doing these delves just through him. And I don't know how he operates. It's like all an AI thing. So he'll walk over there and he'll just like, oh, I'm just gonna fish right now, catch of the day, and that's kind of like what he says in chat. And I don't know what caused him to do that. It's like I walk through water, sometimes he picks up. So he's digging through dirt and there's a discovery on the floor. Like, what made him do that? Well, I guess you can see the dirt on the floor, but that doesn't mean he'll actually go over and do it. Sometimes he'll just do whatever the heck he wants, and I actually don't even pick those up. I just kind of go by. But inside those are actually power-ups. I found on a tier 2, it's not really needed, and it may be my gear or my level. Even though it is scaling content, maybe it's just Ret being boosted in early alpha tuning. I don't know. But I didn't necessarily need the power up to complete it, so I'm just kind of like doing it for speed right now, just checking out the content. This is a rare mob. You'll find rare mobs in here. Sometimes they're hidden, and it's kind of like a mini boss. You get a purple power up. This, I believe, is a shield, and once the shield is gone, it explodes. It deals AoE damage around me. There's more here. Just clearing, looking for more keepsakes that you can pick up, and dealing with the candle mechanic. There are 2 more delves, like I said, that are in this build, and I probably will make videos on those. This is mainly just like, what are delves? How does this work? And I may make a more serious video on this, but I'm very tied for time with how much time we actually had to test, as well as make the content before we're able to post it. And there's a lot of stuff coming. That's all I'm gonna say. You guys are probably already seeing it happen because we're restricted from posting this till a certain time, and you guys will just probably be overwhelmed with content, seeing like what's going on in the future of the game. So yeah, I didn't really talk about these candle traps. These candle traps, they just kind of like pace. So this one actually goes backwards. So obviously if I run forward, I'm gonna get hit by this. It's like, yeah, I get hit, but it's really not too much damage. Maybe on higher tiers, it'll one-shot you if you're not careful, and like traps are actually super deadly. If you immune, you cannot pick up these keepsakes. So if I divine shield and just stand in it, I will just stand there and look like an idiot. So it's just a waste because that actually happened earlier. I didn't mention it, but that actually happened earlier. So I get another keepsake, and that's all the keepsakes. Now I have to get a helm in this room. All of these dungeons have some sort of boss, and I think it's a really cool idea to do this. So I open it, I get the helm, and then he's like, oh, take candle. Tomb Raider Dry Whisker. This is the boss. He throws out a flame storm. He throws out all these little baby fires. It leaves damage on the floor, and you just don't stand in it. He picks me up, breaks my back like it's WWE. He makes me drop my candle, and I have to pick up my candle. Otherwise, I'm going to tick down, and then I kill him because, I just deal so much damage. But yeah, that's kind of the mechanic on that boss. And then we leave. He's like clearing the way, and then we have a treasure room. Each one of these, there's going to be a treasure room that you go into. You get your reward. Now, I've seen multiple chests in all of these. I'm going to pause this right here because that's basically all of the delve. But I've seen green, blue, and purple chests. I don't know if it goes any higher than that, but they require keys. I have no idea where you get delve keys. I think I saw some on a renowned vendor. I don't know how common they're going to be. There's a lot of questions I have for this system, and we haven't seen all of it yet. So I may wait till later to kind of like get more understanding of the system as we are able to test more. Like I said, this is a very early version of the build, and do a more full video on this system once we know more about it. This is very much just a first look at what it looks like, and things may change. I was told specifically, if players aren't liking this, they will change it. They are very conscious of feedback. It's they hope players like this, and if straight up they said, if players aren't liking this, we'll try and find a way to make you like it. So they're being very receptive to things. They're very receptive to feedback, and they're gonna go from there. I have noticed in these treasure chests that there have been many transmog pieces. So there's actually some really cool stuff from these. Some of the best transmog, I think, in many expansions, at least for me personally. They really hit really hard with these. I might throw an image up on the screen of one of them. There is a candle hat from the kobolds that you get to wear, and I am going to wear that to all my mythic raids and look like a dork, because that is the best thing that I've seen in a while. But this is the initial delve video. If you have any questions about delves, ask them below. I'll try and answer them with all the knowledge that I have. I really don't know too much. To give you a brief, I may put these videos up later, but the other 2 delves, one is a mushroom fungal folly delve, where you deal with mushrooms and you just kind of look around. It's in a watery cave. And then the other one is dealing with Nerubians, and you're on a mine cart with a few other dwarves. So there is a variety. And I think the minecart one is the coolest boss because the boss throws a flaming mining cart as the Nerubian throws webs all over the floor, and the webs will ignite from the fire on the minecart. And I think that's a really cool idea. So hopefully if these tiers scale up, you know, the fights will get harder. But yeah, let me know what you want to see. Let me know what you think of this. If this is not what you want to see, let me know and I'll come up with a better way to present it. But this is what I got. So that is Delves. That is one of the Delves. We will explore more in the future. Alpha is going to be very long. There's a lot more opportunities to test stuff. I don't know how many there will be, but I'm sure there will be plenty. So thank you so much. If you are interested, when you're watching this video, most likely I am live on Twitch. We are talking about all of my alpha footage and what I've been doing. And I played this alpha for over 24 hours. So there's plenty of footage that you will not see on my YouTube. You may be interested to see it on my channel, or pick your favorite content creator and go watch their stuff because they were probably in there too. Anyway, thank you so much. Have a good day. Take care.